All right, so you're a new entrepreneur,
Hmm.
which means you're probably feeling the pressure to hustle 24/7.
Oh, yeah.
But what if I told you there's a better way?
Okay.
A way to achieve peak performance without burning yourself out.
Okay. I like where this is going.
That's what we're diving into today with The Power of Full Engagement by Jim Loehr and Tony Schwartz.
Love that book.
Think of it as your secret weapon for entrepreneurial success.
It really is. What's so cool about this book is it challenges that whole work till you drop mentality.
Yeah, I'm ready to ditch that one.
You and me both.
Okay.
So it's based on this really powerful idea that managing your energy, not just your time, is the key to achieving incredible things.
Okay, I'm listening.
Both in your business and in your life.
Right.
And get this, the authors have actually used these techniques with everyone, from Olympic athletes to Fortune 500 CEOs.
You had me at Olympic athletes.
So we know they work.
All right, so let's unpack this.
Yeah.
The book uses this metaphor of athletes training, right? Intense bursts of energy followed by strategic recovery.
Exactly.
I'm starting to see how this could apply to entrepreneurs.
Exactly. It's not about going full throttle all the time.
Right.
Just like athletes need rest and recovery to avoid injury and burnout, entrepreneurs need to approach their work in a similar way.
I see.
Pushing beyond your limits, followed by intentional renewal.
Yeah.
This actually helps you build capacity like a muscle across all areas of your life.
Interesting.
And the best part, this isn't just some motivational fluff.
Okay, good.
It's grounded in real science.
Well, I have to admit, I've definitely been guilty of neglecting the whole recovery thing.
Happens to the best of us.
So how does this all work?
So the book breaks down energy into 4 key dimensions:
Okay.
physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual.
Okay.
Think of them as the fuel, the engine, the driver, and the map for your entrepreneurial journey.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Good.
Tell me more about these 4 dimensions of energy.
Absolutely. So let's start with the foundation, physical energy. This is the most basic level, and it's all about taking care of your body.
Right.
We're talking sleep, nutrition, fitness, and how you recover throughout the day.
Makes sense.
You can't expect to run a successful business if you're running on empty, right?
So true. I've definitely noticed how much harder it is to focus and make good decisions when I'm tired or haven't been eating well.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
The book talks about these natural rhythms our bodies have called ultradian rhythms.
Ultradian rhythms.
Yes. Basically, it means our bodies crave a break every 90 to 120 minutes. Ignoring these signals can lead to burnout and in the long run actually make you less productive.
Wow, I had no idea.
It's true.
But I can definitely relate to feeling that afternoon slump if I push myself too hard without a break.
I think we all can.
So what can we do about it?
Well,
What are some examples of these recovery rituals the book talks about?
the good news is that recovery doesn't have to be a big production. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes to step away from your computer stretch or go for a quick walk.
Right.
Even just closing your eyes and taking a few deep breaths can make a world of difference.
Oh, yeah.
The key is to disengage from work mode and give your mind and body a chance to reset.
I love how manageable that sounds.
It is.
So little breaks throughout the day. And of course, getting enough sleep is important too. Right?
Absolutely. The book actually argues that even a small amount of sleep debt can significantly impair your decision making,
Right.
which is obviously crucial for entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've covered physical energy, the
Yeah.
foundation.
Right.
What about emotional energy?
Okay.
How does that play into all of this, especially for entrepreneurs who are constantly dealing with stress and uncertainty?
Yeah, emotional energy is all about tapping into positive emotions.
Okay.
Enjoyment, excitement, a sense of challenge and opportunity.
I like it.
These emotions actually fuel resilience and performance, while negative emotions like anxiety, frustration, or anger, well, those can drain your energy like crazy.
Oh, I know that feeling all too well. When I'm stressed or overwhelmed, it feels like I'm wading through mud just to get anything done.
It's interesting. The book highlights how important emotional intelligence is for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the ability to manage your emotions effectively, to recognize and understand your own feelings and those of others.
Right.
It's about self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and the ability to view challenges as opportunities for growth.
That makes a lot of sense. So it's not just about feeling good all the time, but about having the skills to navigate those inevitable tough emotions without letting them completely derail you.
Exactly. And just like with physical energy, having recovery rituals for your emotional energy is super important.
Okay.
Could be anything that brings you joy and helps you detach from the pressures of your business.
Right.
Maybe it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, listening to music, or just taking some quiet time for yourself to relax and recharge.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's about finding those things that light you up and help you reconnect with yourself.
Absolutely. And it's about finding a healthy balance between the demands of your business and the things that nourish your soul.
Okay, so we've got physical and emotional energy covered.
Mm-hmm.
What about mental energy?
Yeah.
I imagine that's especially important for entrepreneurs who are always juggling a million things and making important decisions.
You got it. Mental energy is all about focus, concentration, clear thinking, and decision making.
Right.
It's essential for strategic thinking, problem solving, and staying productive, especially when you're under pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
The authors emphasize the importance of managing distractions, creating dedicated work blocks for deep focus, and being mindful of how you're spending your mental energy throughout the day.
So it's about being intentional with your mental energy and creating an environment that supports focus and productivity.
Exactly. And just like with the other dimensions, recovery is also crucial for mental energy.
Okay.
Think about activities that help you clear your head and relax. Yeah.
Maybe it's meditation, spending time in nature, listening to music, or even just taking a break from all the screens and technology.
I definitely need to work on that last one. Okay, so we've covered physical, emotional, and mental energy.
Yep.
What about spiritual energy?
Oh.
That sounds a little, well, abstract.
I get it. Spiritual energy might sound a bit out there to some entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
but it's actually incredibly powerful.
Okay.
Think of it this way. It's the fuel that comes from knowing why you're building this business, not just how do we.
Mm.
It's about connecting to a sense of purpose that goes beyond just making money or achieving success.
So it's about finding a deeper meaning in your work and aligning your actions with your core values.
Exactly. When you tap into spiritual energy, it gives you this incredible sense of motivation and resilience.
Okay.
It comes from knowing you're contributing to something bigger than yourself.
I can see that.
It's about finding that why behind your business, the driving force that fuels your passion, even when things get tough. I can definitely see how powerful that would be. But how do you actually cultivate spiritual energy as an entrepreneur?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you could just flip a switch, right?
You're right. It's not a switch, but it is something you can develop. It
Yeah.
starts with some deep self-reflection, really getting clear on your core values and defining a vision for your business that aligns with those values.
So it's about taking the time to figure out what truly matters to you and then making sure your business reflects those values.
Precisely. The book encourages entrepreneurs to ask themselves some big questions, like what are your deepest values, both personally and professionally?
Okay.
And what impact do you want to make on the world through your business?
Yeah.
It's about going beyond the day-to-day operations and connecting with the heart of your why.
Okay, that makes sense. So first you figure out your why. What comes next?
Well, once you've identified your values and vision, the next step is putting them into action.
Okay.
This might involve incorporating those values into your company culture, making decisions that align with your vision, or even just taking small steps each day to live in accordance with what you believe in.
So it's not just about talking the talk,
Yeah.
but actually walking the walk, aligning your actions with your values and vision.
Exactly. And just like with the other energy dimensions, the book emphasizes positive rituals for cultivating spiritual energy.
Give me some examples.
Think things like practicing gratitude,
Mm-hmm.
maybe keeping a gratitude journal, or simply taking a few moments each day to appreciate the good things in your life, even the small ones.
Okay.
Spending time in nature can also be incredibly rejuvenating for your spiritual energy.
Right.
And of course, meditation or mindfulness practices are always a great way to connect with your inner self and tap into that deeper sense of purpose.
This is so fascinating. We've covered so much ground already. It's incredible how these 4 dimensions of energy, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, all work together to impact our ability to thrive as entrepreneurs.
It really is. It's not about neglecting one while focusing on another.
Right.
It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where you're fully engaged and energized across all 4 dimensions.
That makes sense.
It's like a holistic approach to managing your energy designed specifically for the unique demands of entrepreneurship.
Okay, so we've laid the groundwork.
Mm-hmm.
We understand the 4 key dimensions of energy. But how do we actually put all of this into practice? Where do we even begin?
That's where the book's three-step change process comes in.
Okay.
It's a practical framework for taking all this knowledge and turning it into concrete action.
Love it.
It's about moving from understanding to actually doing.
Perfect. I'm ready to dive into that.
Sure.
Tell me more about these 3 steps.
Okay. The first step is called define purpose.
All right.
And it's all about getting crystal clear on your deepest values and creating a compelling vision for your business.
Okay.
Think of it as setting the destination for your entrepreneurial journey.
Right.
Without a clear purpose, it's easy to drift off course or get sidetracked by distractions.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would be a problem, especially in the early stages when you're figuring things out and there's so much vying for your attention.
Absolutely.
So how did the book help entrepreneurs define their purpose?
Well, it guides you through some insightful self-reflection exercises.
Good.
There are these really thought-provoking questions that help you dig deep.
Okay.
For example, what do you value most deeply, both personally and professionally?
Right.
And what impact do you want to make on the world through your business?
Okay.
It's about getting to the core of your why, that driving force we were talking about earlier.
Okay, so that's step 1, define purpose. It's all about getting clear on your values, your vision, and your why. What's next?
So the next step is face the truth.
Okay.
This one might sound a bit intimidating, but it's actually really empowering.
All right, I'm intrigued.
It's all about taking an honest look at your current energy management habits.
Right.
Kind of like taking inventory.
Okay.
Are there areas where you're self-sabotaging maybe without even realizing it?
I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
But it can be tough to confront those less than ideal habits. How does the book suggest we approach this facing the truth thing without getting totally discouraged?
It's all about self-compassion. It's not about beating yourself up for past mistakes.
Right.
It's about gathering information so you can make more conscious choices moving forward.
Okay.
The book actually has this cool tool called the Full Engagement Inventory.
Oh, interesting.
It's basically a detailed questionnaire that helps you see how you're currently spending and recovering your energy across all 4 dimensions.
That sounds super helpful.
Yeah.
It's like getting a snapshot of your energy habits so you can pinpoint areas for improvement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And once you've defined your purpose and faced the truth about your current habits, you're ready for step 3.
Okay, bring it on.
Take action.
Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. I'm ready to make this happen. What does take action look like in practice?
It's all about turning your intentions into concrete steps.
Okay.
This is where those positive energy rituals we talked about earlier come into play. Remember, these rituals are all about building and sustaining high energy levels across all 4 dimensions.
Got it.
Physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual.
So it's about creating these daily or weekly routines that support our overall well-being and help us show up as our best selves, both in our businesses and in our lives.
Exactly. And the book is full of practical examples tailored specifically for entrepreneurs. For physical energy, you might try incorporating things like interval training a couple of times a week, making sure to eat nutritious meals throughout the day, staying hydrated, and most importantly, creating a consistent sleep schedule.
Right.
Even if it means saying no to that late night work session.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
But I know I always feel so much better when I prioritize sleep. What about emotional energy? What kind of rituals can help us boost that?
Think about activities that bring you joy and help you detach from the stresses of your business. This could be anything from spending quality time with loved ones to indulging in a hobby, listening to your favorite music, getting a massage, or simply taking some time for yourself to relax and recharge.
It's like giving yourself permission to have fun and enjoy life outside of work.
Yeah.
That's something I definitely need to work on. What about mental energy? Any tips for boosting focus and clarity?
Absolutely. The book emphasizes the importance of scheduling those dedicated work blocks for deep focus, minimizing distractions as much as possible.
Right.
Turning off those pesky notifications, putting your phone on silent, and really creating a distraction-free zone where you can get things done.
Yeah, that's important.
The book also suggests trying things like brainstorming sessions, engaging in creative activities, learning new skills, and of course, taking regular breaks to clear your head and prevent mental fatigue.
I love that. It's about working smarter, not harder. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last but not least, spiritual energy. What kind of rituals can help us tap into that deeper sense of purpose?
Remember, it's all about connecting with your why, that driving force behind your business. You might try incorporating things like practicing gratitude, maybe keeping a gratitude journal, or simply taking a few moments each day to appreciate the good things in your life, even the small ones.
Right.
Spending time in nature can also be incredibly rejuvenating for your spiritual energy.
I can see that.
And of course, meditation or mindfulness practices are always a great way to connect with your inner self and tap into that deeper sense of purpose.
I'm really starting to see how powerful these rituals can be, how they can help us recharge and show up as our best selves, not just in our businesses, but in all areas of our lives.
Exactly. And the best part is these rituals don't have to be elaborate or time-consuming.
That's good to hear.
Even small, consistent actions can make a world of difference over time.
Right.
The key is to be patient with yourself. Start small, build consistency, and celebrate those little wins along the way.
You're reminding me of a quote I love. Consistency is the key to unlocking our potential.
Love that.
And speaking of consistency, the book also talks about the concept of serial rituals.
Right.
What's that all about?
I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Serial rituals is such a brilliant idea.
Yeah, sounds cool.
It's basically about building rituals, incrementally adding new ones as the previous ones become more ingrained.
Okay.
It's like taking it one step at a time, gradually building momentum and creating lasting change.
That's a great analogy. It makes sustainable change feel a lot less daunting.
Yeah.
So you start with 1 or 2 rituals, get those dialed in, and then add another one and so on. You're essentially creating a positive upward spiral of energy and momentum.
Exactly. And the book emphasizes the importance of accountability when it comes to sticking with your new energy management rituals.
Right.
You know, having a system in place to track your progress and make adjustments as needed.
Yeah, accountability is huge.
Yeah.
It's so easy to let things slide when you're busy and juggling a million things. So what are some ways we can stay accountable to our energy management goals?
Well, it could be as simple as keeping a journal where you track your rituals.
Okay.
You know what you're doing, how it's making you feel, and any challenges or successes you're experiencing along the way.
Right.
You could also find an accountability partner, someone who's also working on their energy management.
I like that.
And you can check in with each other regularly and support each other's progress.
I love that. Having a buddy system always makes things more fun, helps you stay motivated.
Absolutely. And remember, accountability isn't about punishment or self-criticism.
Right.
It's about learning and growing. It's about celebrating your wins, acknowledging your challenges, and making adjustments as needed.
Okay, so we've covered the 3-step change process.
Yes.
Define purpose, face the truth, and take action. This has been incredibly helpful. I'm feeling super motivated to put all this into practice.
I'm so excited for you. It's amazing how even small shifts in how we manage our energy can have such a profound impact on our businesses and our lives.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to highlight from the book before we wrap up?
One thing that really struck me was the book's emphasis on honesty and self-awareness.
Okay.
The authors talk about how self-deception can be a huge obstacle to full engagement. We tend to avoid uncomfortable truths about ourselves.
Yeah.
But facing those truths head-on is actually the key to creating lasting change.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's about being willing to look in the mirror, even when it's not always pretty,
No.
and acknowledge those areas where we might be holding ourselves back.
Exactly. The book offers some really insightful questions to help uncover those hidden beliefs and patterns that might be sabotaging our energy and performance.
Oh, like what?
For example, when you're faced with negative feedback or a challenging situation, ask yourself, how is that me?
Wow, that's a powerful question. It forces you to take ownership of your actions and beliefs, even when it's uncomfortable.
It is powerful. And another great question the book suggests is, I could be wrong,
Okay.
which is all about challenging your assumptions and being open to different perspectives.
Right.
This simple question can help you avoid those rigid thinking patterns that drain your energy and limit your potential.
I love that. It's a reminder to stay humble and curious, even when you think you have all the answers.
Exactly.
Right.
And the book also emphasizes the importance of understanding how the stories we tell ourselves, about ourselves, our work, the world around us,
Right.
can impact our energy levels.
So it's about becoming aware of those stories and choosing to tell ourselves more empowering ones.
Exactly. And the book has some really practical strategies for reframing those negative thoughts and beliefs, turning them into more positive and productive ones.
This deep dive has been so insightful. It's really shifted my perspective on energy management. I can't wait to start putting these principles into action. Yeah, I feel like I've learned so much.
Me too.
It's been really eye-opening.
Yeah, and you know what's so cool is
Right.
we haven't even scratched the surface of everything this book has to offer.
Really?
I mean, there's so much more we could dive into,
I know, right?
but I think we've covered some of the most important takeaways.
I agree. It's amazing how much untapped potential we have when we learn to manage our energy effectively.
It really is. It's not about pushing ourselves to the limit all the time, but about creating a sustainable rhythm that allows us to perform at our best while taking care of our well-being.
It's like finding that sweet spot where we're fully engaged in our work, but also feeling energized and fulfilled in our lives.
Exactly. And, the book ends with this really thought-provoking question.
Okay.
Is the life I am living worth what I am giving up to have it?
Wow, that really makes you stop and think. It challenges us to examine our choices and make sure we're not sacrificing our health or relationships or our own well-being in the pursuit of success.
Exactly. It's a reminder that success isn't just about the bottom line.
Right.
It's about living a life that's truly meaningful and fulfilling a life that allows us to show up as our best selves.
I love that. This deep dive has been a game changer for me.
That's awesome.
I feel like I have a whole new toolkit for navigating the challenges of entrepreneurship and creating a life that I truly love.
That's the goal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about finding that balance that allows you to thrive.
Yeah,
Both personally and professionally.
absolutely. Well said. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the power of full engagement.
You got it.
We hope it's inspired you to take charge of your energy and unlock your full potential as an entrepreneur. Until next time.